Welcome back, viewers at home. I'm joined tonight, right now, virtually by a multifaceted artist whose practice embraces a diverse range of materials and techniques, each one a testament to her creativity and curiosity. Now, she describes her work as a unique dialogue, bridging material and meaning, tradition and innovation. And that is Nadia Khan, the founder of Mixed Media Art by NK. Assalamu alaikum. Jazakallah so much for joining us.
Assalamu alaikum.
Now, for someone who's hearing the concept of textured art for the first time, how would you best describe this term, textured art?
So art is like it's an innovating thing. It's not a new thing, but like it's an experiment with different kind of materials, different kind of art materials, and different kind of building materials. So you can say it's a brainchild of the code. Basically, an artist. I'm a textile and clothing designer by background, but I started it 5 years back when I see the overseas, it's trending worldwide. People are using so many different materials, and I pioneered it in South Africa. And the first challenge I faced, like none of the material available is are available here. So I start experimenting with different materials. So texture mean like something like you feel, and it will give you the dimension. So it's not like the normal paints, not like the oils and acrylics. It's just like the feel the texture, rough or smooth. So that's why the concept texture coming to. Like everything you can feel. Like every time I have in my classes or my exhibition, people want to touch what I have created. So it's a texture which like people like to touch and feel. So it's all about the feeling 2D, 3D dimension, and also like you can say it's like a full kind of a feeling, not just a one only for the view, but it's I can explain it in more detail, but it's very therapeutic and very like you can feel it. Yeah.
And seeing now that your work, has or features a variety of textures and materials in your art, how do you decide which material to use, and how do you then develop your artistic vision around these material?
So actually, I played with a lot of material. When I started texture art, like none of the materials which are using like in overseas platform is available in South Africa. So I decided I have my artistic background. So I know like multiple materials which I played in my university time and when I was working before. So started playing with the material. So I come up with an idea that materials available at the art shops are not the materials which I can use directly. So I have to manufacture all of my materials by myself, whether it's the sculpture paste, the texture paste, like I make many pastes like by myself. So these are my pastes, I make everything by me. So any material which are you getting from the art shop, it's not giving you that texture and feeling which I'm creating with these paints. Now I'm expanding my range also. So I'm working on the modeling paste, sculpture paste, coarse texture paste, smooth texture paste. It is a variety. It's not just a simple texture art. It's a variety and whole lot of like full field where you can work on.
Now, outside of textures and materials, how would you best describe your creative process, as well as, how do you balance these elements to create such a very rich visual experience for those who, engage with your art?
So I usually don't start with a sketch. I visualize what I can see. So I let texture to speak in my art. So I always experiment with everything. If I have to make a big commission, like I sometimes make 2 meter, 3 meters commission, but I always start with the smaller kind of version. So where I experiment with different things. What came into my mind, I experiment first with the material. I mix every time I need to mix the material. It's not like I'm just grabbing a box and I start building. Every time I have to mix different material, every time I have to layer it differently. I sit back and check whether it's working or not. Because with texture art, you can't paint it in one day or in few hours. You have to give it certain time to cure. So I just layered and layer and layer, and then I decided how to take it further. And unless it will not speak itself, I will not leave it.
And with that being said, Sister Nadia, I want to find out about your workshops. Can you take us through some of your workshops in terms of, the format as well as the content of these workshops?
So actually my workshops are my core work. So I do regularly, every month I do 3 to 4, and sometime if they are the private workshops, I do at the different venues. And I also curate some dine and design or high tea experiences where people can socialize and start this therapeutic experience. And on my workshop, my specialty is just not like people come and I will give some paints or paste to them and they will start working. No, I always start, we have a demo station which have multiple materials. I give them demo, people start building their work. I ask them after teaching them all the techniques, you have to experiment everything here before you will start working on your projects. So they experiment, they take their time. By the time they are ready to work on their canvas, then they will move on to their canvases. I don't let them to start their canvas or any medium which they are working. I let them experiment first on the demonstration. That's the I think is the specialty for me. I don't just want people to start experiment and then they fail and then they don't feel the accomplishment. So I want them to feel everything what they are doing. And every time, the first thing when they grasp it, any tool they say, no, it's very therapeutic. It's the thing we want to do.
And now looking at, your workshops and, dine and design, how you intentionally try and create unique experiences and have people really experience the beauty and the therapeuticness of, art. I want to find out from you in terms of what would you describe as a rewarding aspect about these workshops or events that you host?
So the speciality of my events, I can say, like people sometimes like to socialize at the same time. They want to be creative in some lovely uh, activity, or especially if they have some Women's Day kind of activities, Women's Day or Mother's Day. So they like to mingle as well. They want to create something for their loved ones. So I created these events and it's like very popular and people love to join them where they can create something as well as they can enjoy the meal and everything like in a social environment. And I saw so many people like they are coming back and they are in my events, they are making friends and then the next event they join together and it's quite rewarding for me.
Amazing. Now, as a South African artist, considering the fact that our country is described to be a rainbow nation in that sense, where there's diversity in culture, in food, in everything that we find ourselves doing to a point of our social settings, can you tell us more about the role of South African influences in your art?
So the mostly I like the rich culture, the rainbow culture. I like also the mostly the earthiness of the like. If you see in my art in my background, I'm in my studio at the moment. You will feel the earthy tones and everything earthy in my work. So I like that tone of South Africa as well as like I like the different kind of people. Like most of my classes, the combination of different races. They are sitting together it on one table and creating something amazing. And sometimes like I do create events in Cape Town also. So somebody is building the Table Mountain, somebody is building the Kruger National Park. So many things are coming together. And even I have sometimes the international some overseas people, they come into my workshop and they say like, we are coming from Germany, we are coming from Canada, we were watching your page, we were here, we thought to join it. It's give me a feeling like we are giving something as a South African. I'm giving something to them. They can enjoy.
And for those who are, joining in on our conversation, Sister Nadia, and are loving what you have to say, and, loving what actually, being part or just undertaking art, offering therapeutic and, the joy, but they feel a bit hesitant and are scared, what tips or what advice would you, share with them around, being part of art making?
So I will advise them start with small, don't go big. And don't intimidate, like just don't think like we can't do it. Just start doing it. From the scratch, you can start and don't feel like we have to go very big in the beginning. Just enjoy the experience and slowly you will feel like it's very therapeutic and very rewarding. Today, I just met a lady. She wants to do it because she is epileptic and she said like I feel it's a very therapeutic art and I want to do it to release my stress.
Mm.
So I think always start with the big small and then experiment, and it's not about perfection, it's about experimenting and expression. It's your expression of art you can, and it's quite forgiving when you start playing with the texture base. It is quite forgiving. In the beginning you can play around it. It's not like hard rule like you are baking something and if it's fail. It doesn't fail. You will create eventually something.
And for those who would like to, be part of your events, be it a workshop or dine in design, how can they best connect with you or just reach out to you for, further inquiry and just clarification in that sense?
So they can join my social media handles. I am on most of the social media handles like Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, TikTok. My very active medium is Instagram, and my Instagram handle is mix underscore media art underscore by NK, and my phone number is 07475308002. You can see at my background also. So they can reach out to me via phone or they can join my social media handles. So I'm quite updated. I update everything on my social media handles.
All right. Jazakallah so much, Sister Nadia, for joining us tonight and really sharing your creative journey with us and hopefully inspiring some of the individuals who, would like to be part of the art space and are still, a bit overwhelmed and, anxious about it. And I think through your words of kindness, they will, begin to consider, taking in art. But Jazakallah so much for joining us.
Jazakallah for having me.
Viewers at
Assalamu
home,
alaikum.
that was Sister Nadia Khan, who is the founder of Mixed Media Art by NK. Now, hope you guys will make sure you make use of the social media platforms as well as contact details if you would like to host a workshop with her or have her host you and a couple of your friends through a workshop or just her amazing experience or event at that Dine and Design. But for now, that's where we leave it off. Let's head over to a net break. We'll see you just after this.